My name is Comey. I used to be popular during elementary school. Girls gathered around me, wanted to go home with me together, all of that. But when I entered middle school, while everyone else was blossoming, I noticed that I was the only one left behind. Everyone's growing like a bamboo shoot, but I'm so small. Because of my small stature, I had no hopes for my high school life as well. Let them enjoy their time while I am just a late bloomer. These were all the thoughts that I had. I never thought that one day I would get here. My very first girlfriend, I turn around, a girl double my stature says, "Sorry to keep you waiting." She is Obanatha-san, and she is my total opposite. She's very tall and has a very big heart. Her smile is always radiant like a sunflower. It's really charming. There are countless things I could mention, but one thing stands out. I noticed that she was going to walk on some dog crap, and as she notices it, she wobbles a bit and then does a twin twist backflip in the air and lands successfully. I was quite a bit surprised. Seeing that, she dashes close to me and says, "That was a close one." This is the thing that she excelled at. She is amazingly athletic. She says to me, "Thank you, Komi-kun." I panicked a bit there. I think she is so flustered, and looking at her, I think, "You are so cute, so cute. You're amazing." She's just amazing. Let's start with a warm-up exercise. "Spread out, please," she says at school. I see Obanatha-san has a big heart and a big body. She is a very cute girl, but she doesn't think she's very popular. The reason is, I guess, when someone says, "Who do you think is the cutest girl in the class?" As boys were discussing it, someone says, "For me, it's Kawaki-san. For me, it's Otanashi-san. She's the clean and neat, just like my type." Someone says, "What about Obanatha-san? Her looks are pretty decent, right?" My heart thumped when I heard this. The boy says, "Her height is a deal breaker for me." Yeah, I get that. She can be really intimidating sometimes. I get scared when she is right in front of me. I think, these guys don't understand anything about her. Damn it, I want to gush about all of Obanatha-san's charm. While someone says, I definitely prefer the small, cute types like Kawaki. I'm not into giants. Hearing this, I snap. As I stepped in between them, I banged my hand on the table, saying, "Hey, you guys, what a load of bull crap." Everyone was surprised seeing me, but what I really said was, "Do you like chihuahuas?" The guys were quite surprised. They said, well, yeah, I like dogs, so I guess I like them. I asked, "What do you think is nice about them?" They replied, "They're small with big, watery eyes. It makes you want to hug them, I guess." Then I asked, "So what about golden retrievers?" The same guy says, "Oh, I have one at home, you know." Really, they are black, fluffy, and friendly. They are incredibly cute, you know. The other guy says, "Oh, really? Let me come to your house and pet it sometime." I say, "That's the relief. That's what I mean, you know." I left them, saying, "See you," thinking, I'm going to protect that adorable smile that shines like a sunflower. It looks like the class has ended, and everyone is going home. We get to know that because of how the situation is going on in the class, I, as well as Obanatha-san, have decided to keep our relationship a secret at school. Given the way we are, I can only see a future where we will be pleased because the way I look, it will probably make Obanatha-san feel uncomfortable. Thinking about this, I tap on my phone, messaging someone. Obanatha got a message from me. "Do you want to go home together today?" I also say, "Is it a bad time for you?" But she says, "It's okay. Let's meet at the usual spot." We meet up at a place pretty far from the school. If we want to walk home together, we have to take a detour so we don't run into our classmates. I catch the attention of my beloved and then wave a goodbye towards her. She was also blushing and did a sneaky goodbye. I was totally flustered, thinking, so sweet, I can't stop smiling. I looked towards the loving, drawing-like couples as they were in their love act. My friends, and I just heard them saying, "I want to talk about a lot of things with you." "Cool, I want some juice. Let's go to the vending machine." "Okowo." My friend says, "I seriously can't stand couples like that at school. They will definitely break up soon." But then he melted, saying, "I wish I would have a good day. Honestly, I'm a little jealous. You gave up so quickly, boy." I think. Their faces were so close to each other. I wonder if there will be a day where Obanatha-san and I can get that close and cuddle. Imagining sharing a kiss with her, I got quite a bit flustered and had saliva in my mouth. Someone called out, "Comey." "Oh, you're right." I got my attention back. But my friend says, I didn't say anything. Anyways, why don't we play rock, paper, scissors? The loser buys drinks. I say, I'll have to pass on that for a while. I think, I'm sure I'll be going on dates and such with her in the future. That's why I explain, I want to save up some money, so I'm cutting back on spending. Is there something you want to buy? He asks. I say, well, yeah, something like that. My conversation was heard by Obanatha. My friend says, what a bummer. I say, hey, if you have money to buy drinks, pay me back for the lunch I bought you when you forgot your lunch the other day. My friend says, did you do something like that? I point out, people who are loose with money aren't popular, you know. Hey now, I don't want to hear that from you. Unlike you, I had a girlfriend in middle school, you know. I was surprised. What? You were so annoying. I say. I mumble. I have one. This gave quite a bit of shock to him, as well as Obanatha behind me. She was quite a bit startled. I say, I have a massively cute girlfriend, you know. But then I realized what I just said. Both my friend and I were stagnant, and the whole classroom was also shocked. Oh crap, I said on impulse. I think. Obanatha-san herself was thumping as her heart got goosebumps. What? Are you serious? Who is she? My friend asked. She is from my elementary school. I sighed back down. My friend burst out in laughter. Come on, don't make me laugh, bragging about past girlfriends. Her friend said, you both are so lame. I, as well as my friend, say, shut up, and we were quite a bit startled. We observe how Obanatha-san was also quite flustered. I turned around, saying, damn it, if only I was as tall as my girlfriend, I could be more confident. This is so embarrassing. We see the black-haired girl, her friend, saying, seriously, boys are so lame. But Obanatha was thumping as she had a flustered expression on her face. That's right, she was mumbling. The urban legend begins. The scene shifts to us getting caught in the rain. It started to rain. Let's take shelter from there, I say. As both of us stand under a shop, I say, the forecast made it seem like we'd make it in time, so I didn't bring my umbrella. Do you have an umbrella, maybe? I imagine that could this be a chance to share an umbrella. Our school uniforms don't have the kind of romantic appeal that comes from a wet blouse, so sharing an umbrella is the way to go. But I think about something. It might be hard for me to hold the umbrella. Yeah, that is how it should be. She should be the one holding the umbrella. I'm feeling a bit pathetic now that Obanatha-san bends down and asks, do you want to come inside with me? I say, thank you. I knew she bought an umbrella, but then I understood what she meant. She had a giant raincoat. I was totally shut down. A raincoat. All right, come inside, she says as she wore that raincoat. My lower half gets wet if I use a normal umbrella, so I always use this. And I thought maybe Komi-kun could fit in here with me. She grins as my heart goes thumping. Yeah, she's cute. Wait, do people ever share raincoats? Won't we be too close together? We haven't even held hands. She is surprisingly bold. Well, I am happy though. I say, you're over half getting wet. I think about it though. Wait, calm down calmly. It's like that gag where two people are stacked up in one coat. It's absurd to even imagine. Why am I getting ahead of myself? I say, or maybe we could wait a bit longer to see if the rain stops. She says, it's getting darker, right? I say, there is no choice. I'll just have to get wet. Sorry for making you wait for me. She pushes me, saying, I won't let you. I'll be the one running home, Komi-kun. You just wear this. After all, I was just waiting because I wanted to. When I remembered that I am your girlfriend, it makes me want to stay with you, even if it's just for a little longer. Sorry if I'm being annoying. I think she's so cute. Sorry, but I have even more things I want to do with you. I say, me too, thinking, I want to be with you, touch you, hug you, and many more things. Let's do it. It'll be like a skit. She says, all right like this. Those gags with two people in a single coat. I think, you just realized that now. Well then, excuse me. Okay, I'm closing it. We were in the same raincoat. This feeling is amazing. It's like a hotel pillow. She closes the raincoat, saying, there we go. It's a bit embarrassing, huh? My heart thumps as I say, you just realized that now? We didn't get wet from the rain, but welcome back. What? You didn't take an umbrella? Are you an idiot? I was totally soaked when I came home. It was way too hot in there. I thought I was going to die. My impure thoughts were washed away by the sweat. The next day, it became an urban legend. Someone says, I saw it yesterday. I saw some kind of ghost with 10 tentacle legs. It had 5 or 6 legs. What should I do? Am I going to die? I don't want to die. A legend begins. It's already the next day, and I'm riding on the upper edge of the board. I noticed something recently. Obanatha comes to help me, saying, Komi-kun, I'll help you out. I was a bit startled as I looked up and said, Thank you, Obanatha-san. She smiled with a sprinkle of joy, saying he's so cute. It looks like we were walking home, talking to each other. I trip, and as I was falling, Obanatha grabs me from behind and saves me. I look towards her blushingly, thinking she is so cute. While we were having lunch in the park, kids were playing. A ball shot by one of them came towards me and was about to hit me in the face. Obanatha saw it and says, Watch out, catching the ball in the middle of the spin, saving me by an inch. I was terrified as she threw it back towards the kids, who apologized. She says, It's good, but it's not okay to play like that, you know? It's dangerous. They say, Okay. I think I was talking about protecting her smile, but instead of protecting her, I am the one being protected. She looked towards me and then started clicking her pen. That was scary, right? I just looked towards her, pouting, saying, She's so cute. I don't look scared at all. Someone is researching the top 10 behaviors men consider ideal in a woman. This is none other than Obanatha. Women that stir up protective instincts by looking like a small animal, being good at asking to be spoiled, she says. I'm so far off from that. It's almost laughable. On her bed, thinking about the time when she saved me, she says, I felt like there was some distance between us today as well. She was a bit saddened. She looked towards the news coverage over this topic, thinking, gestures that make men's hearts flutter, upturning gaze. But that was something physically impossible for her to do, as she is much taller than me. She thinks, at this rate, he will lose all interest in her, and rolls in her bed, thinking, leaning on his shoulder, soft touches, gently grabbing his sleeve. We see both of them sitting in a park once more. She thinks, it will be good to have a sunny day again tomorrow, right? I say, yeah. She gently looked towards me and leans in to place her head on my shoulder. But I stand up, and she just leans and bam, there was a noise. I looked behind as there was a candy bag on the floor that fell. Looking behind, I ask her, what's wrong? Are you okay? She is totally leaned over on the bench, saying, it's all good. I was practicing my yukami. Let's not go into the practical meaning of yukami, but its translation is receiving body. I laugh a bit, and she also gets up. She was totally flustered as I hold my hand out, saying, well, shall we head back home? I was totally flustered, saying, I don't really want to go back, but if it's okay, can I call you tonight? Her heart also fluttered hearing my words. She placed her hand in mine, saying, sure. The scene shifts to us in class. A rubber falls, and she goes to pick it up. There are times when Obanatha suddenly starts practicing her yukami. Sometimes I really don't understand her, I think. I was talking to someone, and she felt a throbbing in her heart as she came close to me and behind me, trying to get a grip and grab my sleeve. As she was doing that, my friend laughed at my joke, and in a resilient tussle, she pulled my shirt as well as my tie, which became a choker for me. I couldn't understand what the hell just happened as I was getting choked. Squinting her eyes, Obanatha says, oh, you dropped this eraser, Komi-kun. Here you go. I see. It was just the eraser. Thanks. My shirt was totally messed up while everyone looked towards me with concern. She says, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to attack you. Attack? No. I mean, let me fix your shirt. No, it's fine. It's just a small thing. I really don't understand sometimes what happens with her. Yes, we were walking down some big stairs. Both were totally deep in love with each other's eyes. Obanatha trips on the stairs and starts to fall down. I was totally filled with despair, saying this time for sure, I will help. But it looks like Obanatha was way too strong than I expected. She did a front flip, and both of us were in the Spider-Man pose, looking towards each other because it was now time for me to be the one to ask for help. It looks like I was flying over as she caught me on her back. Da-da. Everyone clapped, saying, wow, amazing. That was amazing. Even I say in a monotone, oh, wow, amazing. All the kids say, he's hanging on like a little monkey. Yeah, like a little monkey. It was kind of cute. I was totally flustered. We were walking home, and she was smiling, saying, I know you tried to help me earlier. Thanks. I say, yeah, but I ended up needing your help instead. Saw the She smiled, saying, not at all. It was really happy for me. I think, because of what happened, that was so embarrassing for me, imagining a monkey on her back. I say, well, you don't have to be considerate, you know. She couldn't understand anything. She says, I'm not being considerate. I was genuinely happy. She's so cute and so kind, I think. But that kind of emotional kindness was truly painful today. I am totally depressed. Well, isn't that great? I was down, thinking, I bet she thinks I am good for nothing. She looked towards me with a bit of despair and then looked back, saying, I'm always like this, you know. She helps kids get their ball out of a tree, helps vendors, saying, boys, can you carry one? All right. She helps with many things. People rely on her all the time because of her strength. We see some tears building up in her eyes, saying, you know, I'm sorry. I say, huh? Why are you apologizing? Did I say something weird? What was it? I should be the one thanking you. You were way too kind to be happy just because of this in the first place. I was totally blushing as I say, isn't it natural to want to help the girl you like? We see her covering her face as I think, oops, did I say something I shouldn't have again? She covered her eyes as I looked towards her. She was totally red as she says, I love you, in the sweetest tone. I was totally flustered. Seeing her face, I got a lot of nosebleed that could be seen, and with that, the image of the little monkey in my mind just vanished just like that. The scene shifts to a glorious bento. My friend says, whoa, dude, your lunch is packed with carriage today. I corrected him, saying, it's my birthday today, so well, my mom packed a lot of them for me. What? He was surprised. It's your birthday today, Comey. Obanatha was surprised. My friend says, happy birthday. I'll give you a celebratory hug later. Just the sentiment is enough for me, though. Don't be shy, come on, he says. I think I don't want a hug from you. I want a hug from Obanatha-san. I say, anyway, give me one of your carriage. Your homemade recipes are crispier even when it's cold. What? It's my birthday, you know. But, well, all right, you could take about 3, really. As I extend the lunchbox, my friend eats it, saying, what's going on? You are being so nice to me today, and this is so good, all crispy. I think about how I saw Obanatha just a minute ago. I'll go all flustered. My friend was staring at me. I think I'm in a really good mood today. Thinking about that moment when you are happy, you end up being kind to others. My friend says, even if you punch me right now, I'll probably forgive you. I can finally admit I'm sorry for looking down on all the couples flirting at school. I wish I could tell my past self, who cursed all humidity after getting heartbroken because of my height. I used to think how everyone is just filled with lust, these monsters. Back to the present. Having a girlfriend is such a wonderful thing. I think to myself, why friend couldn't understand anything. Why I'm acting like this as he was staring right into my eyes, daydreaming. I think of the earth as a giant girlfriend-giving deity. My friend thought, don't tell me you fell for me. Just like that, we see Obanatha sending me a message. My phone bursts, and as I pick it up, I read the message saying, Komi-kun, it's your birthday, right? I overheard your conversation during lunchtime. Happy birthday. I replied back to her, thanks. Can we walk home together today? As I sat down, before that, I glanced toward her while walking past. She also glances towards me. On days like this, you start expecting something, right? I think to myself, this is my gift to you. I imagine kissing Obanatha for the first time. I think maybe I'm dreaming too much, but smirk as I get a text message once again. For some reason, she says, sorry, saying she has something urgent to do today and doesn't think that would be possible. I feel down, saying, I'm sorry for my creepy delusions. My friends ask, what's with that look? Your face looks weird. Anyways, I asked my friend Osaka to walk together home with me, but Osaka says, hey, what's with the sudden invitation? I have club activities to do, and I also take the bus home. I say, yeah, well, I know that you already know it, but I was still disappointed. My friend says, you really do like me, huh? No, nothing. We observe Obanatha saying, Komi-kun, it's a bit late, but here, once again, happy birthday, as she gave me a surprise present. I was quite ecstatic looking towards it. She says, "It's not much, but I would be happy if you accepted it." I was really blushing as flustered. I say, "Thank you," to her. I was so happy as I was surprised by something, though. I say, "Could it be that when you said you were in a hurry yesterday, I figured it out?" She says, "Oh, you figured it out." I think she's so cute. I think she rushed to buy this after that just for me. She says, "But it's just ordinary daily stuff, so it's not really anything valuable. Don't get your hopes up too much." I think to myself, if it's from you, it's priceless, no matter what it is. How do I express the joy? I think to myself, something cool. I was smiling too much because of the happiness as I thank her, but think, wow, what a plain response. I just thank her twice. We observe her. She was also very ecstatic hearing this from me. Opening the box, it looks like she has given me a pair of socks, and I was ecstatic saying, "I'll wear them tomorrow." Which one should I wear? I was wrestling between them and couldn't understand what these were. They seemed like breathable socks. It was really a surprising gift after all. It's already the next morning, and I'm now wearing the socks that were given by my girlfriend. Gathering my courage, showing my sincerity as I pull them on and wear them. It looks like it's already time for school. Entering the premises, I think, if I quickly change my shoes, no one will notice, and then maybe I can show them to Obanatha-san on the way home. I slowly took out the old shoes, or rather the shoes from the locker, and then my heart was thumping as I wanted people to look at my socks. Someone says, "Komi-kun, good morning." This voice startled me up a bit. It was none other than Obanatha. I say, "Morning," and think to myself, all right, this might be the perfect timing. I made a sound with my foot, saying "tada," and give a thumbs up. Obanatha looked towards it, and I think, did she not get it? I'm wearing the socks you gave me. They're breathable, perfect for summer. But seeing the socks on my legs, Obanatha had quite the wild expression. She says, those are." She stopped in between. I could not understand what was happening and think, did I do something weird? My friend laughs at me, saying, "Those are some amazing socks you got on there." Obanatha-san looked shocked. Everyone looked towards my shoes, as now the classes have started. Everyone was murmuring as Obanatha gave me some text messages, saying, "I'm really sorry. My dad's birthday is coming up, so I bought socks for both him and you, but I gave you the wrong pair by mistake. I am so sorry. I am embarrassed." Obanatha-san is really feeling down over this. What should I do? I think to myself as I tapped something, and Obanatha did see it. She was quite ecstatic after seeing it. I glanced toward her, and she also glances toward me with some sound gesture. She says to me, "Thank you so much." I, who understood all of this, think, seriously, she is way too cute. And she smiled while my friend Osaka was back, saying, "Morning," to me. I say on text that I don't feel down. I am happy with anything if it's from you, really. But for a while after that, my nickname became Cream Bun. That might be some Japanese humor. It's over my head. Anyways, this class started, and I think, come to think of it, I never asked Obanatha-san's birthday date. What should I give her as a present? There were many things in my mind, a purse, some makeup, or some teddy, anything. I think to myself, something wearable sounds nice, doesn't it? Like a necklace or a bracelet, for example. As I imagine her in that, my heart was thumping way too much, thinking so cute. If it's her birthday and it's winter, maybe a scarf. That's a good option as well. Having something wrapped around her neck or waist gives me a she is mine feeling that is just irresistible. If I gave her these things as a present, would Obanatha-san wear them? On the way home, I asked her, "By the way, when is your birthday, Obanatha-san?" She says, "Mine? Oh, yeah, it's the 2nd of April." Hearing this, my fantasy of the scarf was torn up, thinking that's the number one month where people don't get to celebrate their birthday with others. She says, "It's already passed, right? I really wish I could celebrate it with you." I say, "Yeah, well." Osaka says, "You got a bit of lint on your head," as he plucks it out. He says, "You can have it." "I don't need it, though." "Thanks." "All right, let's see." I think. Osaka can see the top of my head easily. Come to think of it, Osaka is pretty tall. He is just a bit shorter than Obanatha-san, right? There doesn't seem to be much difference. How tall is Obanatha-san, anyway? I wonder what her view of the world looks like. If I were as tall as her, I wonder what it would be like to see the world through her eyes. I rose up from my seat, saying, or rather asking, Osaka, could you give me a piggyback ride? Osaka asked, why? And was scared as well as startled. Osaka says, dude, you're being pretty bold all of a sudden. That's way beyond light physical contact. I couldn't understand anything, but Osaka says, all right, all right. I thank him as I say, you're a really good guy. He still feels like this is going a bit gay, saying, hey, you just noticed that now? I see the perspective from his back and think, so this is what she views. These are the views that I admired the most. I asked Osaka, sorry, can you walk out a bit? As Osaka is walking, I feel like the ceiling is closer, the hallway looks smaller, people look smaller, and it is kind of good. The view feels more open up here, and all the information in my eyes is concentrated below. That's what I feel. As I notice Obanatha walking past me, she sees me, and I see her calling her name. But then, remembering everything, her friend says, what are they doing in the middle of the class? I think, aren't them? I'm almost at the same eye level as her. My heart thumps. Osaka doesn't understand anything as both of them leave. Osaka says, is that enough already with the slip? It looks like you're going to fall down. Obanatha also sees this, and I think, I'm dead if I fall down from here. But Obanatha catches my head. Osaka says, wow, nice catch. That scared me. She asked me if I'm all right. I think, what is this? The view on top was great, but my view right now might be the best one yet. I, who fell in love once again, say, thank you, while she says no problem. Osaka was still murmuring about getting exhausted, but in my mind, Obanatha is cute no matter what view I have. I was drooling while in class, almost falling asleep, and then got up. I asked Obanatha if I was dozing off. She says, you were. I was up last night because of mosquitoes, and here we are, passing time studying together. We're so diligent. It can't be helped. We got to beat the final exam. It looked like we were studying in an open park, just the two of us. I say, once we finish, then let's go on a date. She was quite ecstatic hearing my words, saying, I also want that, and smiled towards me. Sparkling, I put a hand out towards her, saying, here, I need a recharge. I need power to go through the finals. She asks, and what am I supposed to do? I shyly explained to her, I wanted to hold my hand and send me some power, something like that. Imagining things, we observe she had a blush and says, all right, laughing. I was happy as well. So let's proceed with it. You don't need to be so formal. As we got our hands together, she says, here, power. I think, what is going on? This isn't the mood I was expecting. I say, yes, I caught some power, I think. As I open my eyes, we observe them grabbing each other's hands in the couple's position. I say, but I think this is still not enough. She was totally flustered. Yes, this is it, I think. What should I do? Don't want to go to the toilet. Actually, if we keep holding, I'll end up wanting to hug her. I still want to hug her, and my whole body is shaking. I think to myself, wait, don't rush into things. Calm down for a moment. As I saw her in front of my eyes, she was totally blushing and flustered. She smiled at me while in this situation. Both of us got close together into a position where the couple was going to kiss for the first time. I can't hold it any longer, I think. Both of us were shaking, and just a few millimeters away from each other, a mosquito bites my nose. With that, both of us flapped our hands for the mosquito to get away. I say, I really hate that sound. If you hear it even once near your ear at night, you won't be able to sleep anymore, right? It looks like Obanatha was bitten on the leg as well. I was flustered, saying, yeah, me too. Obanatha was throbbing as she was just about to kiss me, and I think, damn these mosquitoes. Another mark of anger and hatred added to my history. It started to feel like this place is overrun with mosquitoes. We need to find another place, and the heat's getting pretty bad too, right? Our motivation for the final exams was replaced by a fierce hatred for mosquitoes. I throw my bag on the bed, thinking to myself, I tried to kiss her before we even hugged, but she didn't seem to mind it, right? She accepted it, didn't she? Her eyelashes were long, and her lips looked soft. It would have been a tough spot. I was so excited for my first kiss. At first, I was too happy to think about stuff like that, but lately I can't stop waiting to be. As school starts, I think, I know I should be a good boyfriend, one who continuously thinks about such things. I know that, but in the end, I always just get distracted by how cute Obanatha-san is and end up feeling happy. What if I'm the only one feeling happy? Wait, what am I even supposed to do as a boyfriend? I overhear a girl saying, my boyfriend, all he wants to do is hang out at home. All he does is try to do perverted things like a monkey. I'm thinking of breaking up. Sounds like he just wants you for that. You should totally end it, right? I was quite shocked by these words and imagine a scenario where Obanatha says to me, "So that's all you think about, Komi-kun? Even a squid has more self-control than you." I say, "Even when she's mad, she's cute." I slap myself, saying, "That's not it." Everyone was looking at me as my face was red. I think, I need to watch out for the sinful monkey. We were playing stone, paper, scissors while going home from school. I was running, singing pineapple, chocolate, gluten, shaking rock, paper, scissors. I think she is so weak because she's lost every time. That was the reason. Just one more to reach the goal, up to the next port. It looks like we were playing some kind of game. She was really determined to win this real match. Starters now. What a determination. It's quite mysterious. When they started playing rock, paper, scissors, she finally won. She grins and then got herself ready and determined to jump 3 steps with 1 step. She almost reached me. I was totally shocked. Oh, she's going all out. We see her reaching the end and her skirt blowing because of the wind. I ended up seeing her underwear. She loves singing, and gives a thumbs up, but I think so cute Obinaita's underwear. The thumbs up should be from me, though. We play one last time, and as I think about just her underwear, she's not wearing black today. She looks like she lost once again, depressed on the ground, crouching now. She says, "Komi-kun, you won, you know." I think about her underwear and say, "Obinaita-san, please don't crouch too much today." She was confused by it, but then realizes, surprised, and thinks, I totally forgot to wear my black pants today. What did he see? And I'm using an embarrassing one today on top of that. I just say, underwear and apple, and move away as she was totally embarrassed. Oh no, you really saw it, right? I had the honor to witness the beautiful, sacred bread, but please don't let anyone else ever see it. Saved deep into my memories.